yogis, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So good to see you here again. If we haven't met before, I am Kelsey Yogi. My name is Kelsey, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So good to see you again. So for this little heated, sweaty Vinyasa flow, I'm gonna need for you to grab your yoga block, and a yoga mat, just for that sticky goodness. And let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and start in this nice, easy seated position. You can set your block off to the side for now. We don't need it yet. Let's just take a couple moments to get grounded, to get calm before we start to move. So feel your sit bones really grounding down into the earth. That allows your spine to grow nice and tall, all the way out through the crown of your head. Maybe the hands rest on your knees, nice and easy. Take this moment to set an intention for your practice, maybe for yourself or maybe for the greater good during this scary time with COVID-19. Letting every inhale bring hope, every exhale, peace. Next inhale, lift the arms and open the eyes, touching palms. And as you exhale, twisting to the right, bring the hand to the outside, the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Suck that low belly in, and maybe look over that right shoulder. Come back through center on the inhale, reach up. And switching sides as you exhale, right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Using the strength of that arm, really twist yourself to the left. Inhale back through center again. And as you exhale, hands come back to the knees. Let's take some little spinal twists here as we swivel around the spine. Circular motions. Pulling that low belly in as you reach back. Lifting with the chest as you come forward. And reversing that. Just warming up the spine. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and face the front of our mat. Hands down, walk the feet back, come into your downward facing dog. Anchor the tailbone towards the heels. Low belly sucks in. Arms push the floor away. But let the head hang nice and heavy. Now as you inhale, kind of rolling through the spine, glancing forward, come down onto the forearms. So one at a time right now as we still warm up. Make sure that your forearms are parallel. So if you need to, you can lower the knees, grab opposite elbow, place them back down again. If you've been here before, just forearms down, palms flat, if you can. If not, feel free to interlace your hands if you need to. Coming into this dolphin pose. As you find dolphin, suck your low belly in, press out of your shoulders. Feel nice and strong here. We're gonna find some dolphin push-ups to help warm us up. So we're gonna look forward, shoulders slightly coming back as the chest comes forward. And shifting on the toes, bring the nose or the chin towards the thumbs, press back. Again, shift forward, inhale, exhale, press back. Inhale, exhale, dolphin. Chin comes towards the thumbs. Let's do 5 more just like this, that makes it 10. Getting the shoulders warmed up. The breath on board. 2 more. One more. Very nice. Now lower the knees. Just walk the hands away so we can stretch out the shoulders. Let the chest come down towards the floor to puppy pose. Now if it's too much to drop the chin, you can lower the forehead. But if you can, drop the chin down, let the chest open. Nothing like a little heat first to really find a deeper stretch. Coming up, slowly walk your hands back underneath you. All right, a little bit more of a drill before we get moving. Go ahead and grab onto that block now. Put it at the top of your mat, just in the standard position here. And then come into the down dog position. So you want your hands a couple inches behind the block, kind of making a triangular shape. So your hands are gonna be back here behind the block. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing. And now we're gonna do some down dog push-ups. So very similar to what we did in that dolphin push-up, but this time as we shift forward, we're going to bend the elbows. Elbows bend in towards each other, touch the head down to your block, and push the floor away, lift back up. Let's do a couple more just like that. Shift forward, let the elbows bend in towards each other, head touches down, and push the floor away, lift back up. So let's do 3 more. A little tip though, if you need some help, these are too hard. You can always put the block up higher, and you can open the feet wider. This is really easy for you, and you're like, hey, I need more. Go ahead and ditch the block. And then put your head right where you would have if the block was still there. So let's do those 3 more. Shift forward, elbows bend in, lower the crown of the head, and then push with the arms. Very nice. Again, 2 more. Shift forward, elbows bend in, not flaring out to the sides. And push the floor away. Use those back muscles. 1 more time. Slow as you can, lowering to the floor with all that control that you have. Low belly sucking in. And nice and slow with control. Push, push, push. Nice job, guys. Downward facing dog. Feels good. There we go. Pedal through the legs. Push into the right heel, into the left hand. And switch sides. Push into the left heel and the right hand. All right, now a nice wide downward facing dog. Nice and wide so that we can walk the hands away and really stretch the shoulders and the chest. Maybe you can get your crown of the head all the way to the floor and really feel that stretch through the chest, through the armpits. Nice and good. All right, back into that traditional downward facing dog. Inhale, glance up towards the fingers. Exhale, step or jump your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Again, pedal through the feet again. Since we're in a little bit of a different position, really stretching out the hips here and the hamstrings. Let the head hang heavy. Suck your low belly in and reach your lower ribs away from your hip bones. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Shoulders are down. Palms face open. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, drag them down your back. Palms face away from you. Now bend the knees, sit the hips back, and inhale, lift the arms. Chair pose. Squeeze the legs towards each other. And really sit into the heels, maybe so much that you can even wiggle your toes up off the mat. Bring your hands through to your heart, still having the knees bent. And inhale, let's open up to the right. So arms open like a T, knees and hips still facing center. Really stretch from fingertip to fingertip. Hands come back to the heart and sink in a little bit. Let's go nice and deep here. Start with bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Push your hands away. Really look upwards towards that top shoulder, towards the ceiling. And then to take this a little deeper, let's see if we can slide that left shoulder to the outside of the right knee. Left hand is down on the ground, right arm reaches. A nice deep spinal twist. Bring the hands down onto the ground. We're gonna find a little side crow. So if this is not normally in your practice, no worries, we're gonna try. So the hands are down on the ground. The knees are off to the left. We're gonna shift towards the hands. Maybe one toe floats, maybe the other. Elbows bend, but squeeze in towards each other. Don't let them flare out. Bring the feet back down. Bring it back so the left hand is down, right arm reaches. And come all the way down. Low sitting squat. Bring the hands back to the heart. And nice and easy, come all the way to the sit bones. Float the toes in this twisted Navasana. Nice and easy, lower the legs down. Keep the right knee bent. In this Marichasana, letter C, twist. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Look over your right shoulder, nice and easy. Pull that low belly in. Keep the left foot flexed back towards the face. Nice, now we're gonna find this modified wild thing. So press into that right hand. Lift the left arm up. Find a wild thing. Nice, easy back bend, no strain. Open your heart. Inhale, come back through center. Very easily lower the hips back down. Let's find a center Navasana. Float the toes. Maybe point them, gently look up. Now lower the toes down, open the knees. Shift forward, come to that yogi squat. Open the heart. And exhale as you forward fold, bring the heels back together. Let's take that second side. Bend the knees, sit the hips back. Inhale, lift the arms, chair pose again. Remember, sit into the heels. Legs and bum are active here. And then inhale, open to the left this time. Maybe looking over that left arm. Very nice. Bringing your hands through to your heart center. Lowering down, right elbow to the outside of the left knee this time. Find that twist, look upward. Urdhva. Now let's go a little deeper. See if you can slide your right shoulder to the outside of the left knee. Right hand comes down. Left arm floats up. Keep squeezing the thighs in. Now let's find that side crow. Both hands come down. Knees are off to the right. Remember, elbows are going to bend and then squeeze in towards each other. Don't let them flare out. Shift forward. Maybe you float the toes. Look a little slightly forward here. Don't drop your head in. Use your fingers to grip. Toes come back down. Right hand's on the ground. Left arm reaches once again. Bring your hands to your heart. Find that deep squat. All the way down under the sit bones. Try not to fall. Do control. And Navasana, a twist. Nice and easy. Lower the legs. Left leg's going to bend. The right leg is straight. Marichasana C. Look over that left shoulder. And then we'll find that modified wild thing. So press into your left hand. Use your strong legs. Inhale, rise up. Right arm floats up and overhead. Coming back down with control. And back through center Navasana. Boat pose, float the toes. Pull that low belly in. Very nice, guys. With control, lowering all the way down to the ground. Nice and slowly, nice and slow. Reach the arms up and overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toes. Pull that low belly in. And let's sit all the way up. Reach for your toes and fold. Remember, pull that low belly in. Ribs up and away from the hips as we fold over our legs and our upper body is long. Let's grab that block while we're here. Now you could always use this to increase your stretch. So many different lengths. Let's come all the way down onto our backs. Nice and easy with control. There we go. All right, now take your block. Hopefully you have a foam one because cork's a bit heavier. And go ahead and take it long ways. Put it to the top of the right thigh, just behind the knee, and bring your right elbow pushing into the other end of the block. Now go ahead and lift that left leg straight up towards the sky, and let's start to lower it down. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, lower it down. Keep squeezing this block between your right arm and your right leg. Lifting that left leg up and down with control. Don't let it rest on the ground. Nice job, guys. Working the core, working the back and the hip flexors. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold and hover. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep squeezing that block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Take the block up and overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toes. And let's find the second side. So put it to the inside, or the top of the left thigh, and the left elbow touches. You can bring your hand behind your head gently. And then let's start those leg raises on the right side. Start it upwards and then lowering it down. Hover. Feel your low back pushing into the floor. Try not to let it arch up. You do that by thinking belly button comes towards the spine. Ooh, I'm starting to quiver. Are you feeling it? Keep pushing that block. 5 more. Last 2. Nice, guys. Go ahead and release the block. Reach it up and overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toes. Very nice. Go ahead and put the block right between your knees. Long ways or short, whatever you need. And squeeze that block with your thighs. We're going to do some bicycle crunches, but with squeezing the legs internally, you might see something a little different here. So draw the right the right elbow towards the left thigh, and then switch sides. Left elbow towards right. And from side to side, just like this. Don't drop your block. Keep squeezing. Reach up and over with that elbow. Try not to just reach across and easy, but really dive to the outside of that thigh. 5 more on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Now let's see if you can grab that block with your elbows. Squeeze. Let's hold it here. Elbows towards knees. Everything squeezing that block. Belly button pulls down and in. You've got it, guys. Shoulder blades are up and off the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Relax down. Oh. Let the knees fall over to the side. Get rid of your block. Little Supta Baddha, so this reclined butterfly. Just take 1 or 2 resting breaths here. Not too long. We don't want to cool off. All right, draw your knees in towards your belly. Give yourself a good squeeze. Rock a little from side to side. And now let's start forward and backward rocking. Coming all the way up onto the feet in a yogi squat. Maybe no hands. All right. So heels come in, toes gently point out. Bring the elbows to the insides of the knees as you lift the heart, open the chest. Very nice. Lift your pelvic floor. It's easy in this position to kind of let that pelvic floor drop away from you. So instead, draw it up and in, especially on your exhales. Maybe you want to soften on the inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. All right, guys, let's find some crow here. So since we're already in this deep compression and flexion, bring the knees deep inside the armpits. Now, if you can only get them to the triceps, that's okay, but I want you to get as compressed into this little ball as you can possibly get. Bring your hands down to the mat. So what's really important here when we do crow pose is that we push out of the hands and out of the shoulders. If we dump into our shoulders and our back, we'll fall. So think rounding the upper back. All right, hands are down, shoulders width, nice and comfortable, fingers are spread. Let's start that shift forward. Low belly sucks in, upper back rounds and pushes. Float the toes up, find your crow pose. Here we go, let's stay here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep breathing. 5, pull that low belly in. 4, 3, grip with your fingers if you need to. 2, round in that upper back. 1, either step or jump back and vinyasa. Nice. Inhale, upward facing dog, long strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few resting breaths here. All right, now let's bring the left foot to the center of the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up nice and tall. Point your toes. Find a nice good stretch through that 3-limb downward facing dog. Keep pushing the floor away. Strong arms. Exhale as you shift forward. Suck your low belly in and bring your right knee towards your right tricep. Hold. Inhale, lift it back up again. Let's find the second side. Shift forward. Now bring it towards the left tricep or the elbow. Hold, pull that low belly in, lift that knee. Inhale, lift it back up again. Again, as you exhale, knee comes in, step it up. Stay on the ball of the back toe. Find that high crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the arms, look up. Strong legs. Now bring your hands through to your heart. You can either keep them right here or rest them on your hips. And let's lower that left knee. Inhale, lift. Lower, lift, lower, lift. 2 more times, lower that back knee. Don't rest it, lift it back up. 1 more time, lower it, and lift. Very good. Lift those arms back up. A little bit of a back bend as you open your heart. Very nice. And then open up, warrior 2. Arms are open to a T. Fingers are glued together as the arms reach. Keep the spine nice and tall, neutral, not dumping into the right or the left. Really reach out of the crown of the head. Bring the arms up, touch palms, and exhale, Skandasana, ninja off to the left. Find that deep stretch through the inner groin, the hamstring. Keep your heart lifted. Now you can lower your hands if you need to, but try to keep your chest open. Very nice. Push into that left foot. See if you can do it with no hands. Come through center, ninja back to the right. Bend that right knee deeply. One more time, push through that right foot. Now stop right here in the center. Hips are up nice and high. Bring your hands down. Inhale to that halfway lift. And then go ahead and bring them all the way down. See if you can bring your elbows down to the ground and interlace your fingers. Let's find a little headstand. So make a nice little cradle for your head. Lower the crown of the head down. Now, if this is all you got, perfect, no worries. If you want to float the feet up, find a little headstand. Lower the feet right back down. We're not staying there. Inhale, halfway lift again. Now let's turn all the way to the back of our mat. So walk your hands towards that left foot. We're gonna find a deep, low lizard lunge. Maybe you wanna bring your forearms all the way down to the inside of that left foot. Now go ahead and lower the right knee. We're gonna find a very deep space here. So I don't want the knee close to the body, close to the left foot, but try to walk it away. Make it a very long, low lizard lunge. And same with the left foot. Crawl it away, crawl that left foot away. You've got this. To really sink into those hips. Feel something deep. Very nice. Now let's take this up just a little bit by crawling that left shoulder deep underneath the left knee. So I'm going to have my left hand down on the ground for support, and still my right forearm is down. With the balance of my left hand and my right forearm, push. See if you can start to straighten that left leg. Then go ahead and lower the foot down. Again, lift the left foot. See if you can straighten. Lower it down one more time. Lift that left leg. And maybe lift that back knee. Shift forward. Get really long. A little bit of a variation of flying splits, Ekapada Vinyasa. Very nice. Lower that left foot down again. Lower the right knee. And sit back under the right heel, half splits. Straighten out your left leg. Flex your left foot back towards the face. Now let's tuck the back toes underneath if they're not already. Push the floor away. Pivot that back heel flat. Find this pyramid pose and fold over your front leg. Think chin towards shin. Nice. And now walk your hands forward. Bend that left knee a little bit. Bring the weight into the left foot. And start to find your balance on that left leg as you take flight in Warrior 3. Drop that right hip in. Flex the right foot. Keep the chest lifted. Very nice, guys. Trust that standing leg. Get tall and long from heels all the way through the crown of the head. And then let's fold. Let's fold in a standing splits over that right leg. What I want you to think about is the fold. Don't worry so much about what that top leg is doing. I want you to worry about how deep, how juicy you can make this fold over the left leg. And with time, that right leg will flow higher. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands down. Step that right foot back with control. And let's vinyasa. Bring the left foot back to meet the right elbows in. Lower the chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. Let's take the left side. Inhale. Reach the left leg up. Find that deep stretch. Point the left toes. Now coming right through to that left side. Exhale as you shift forward. Bring the left knee to the left tricep. Hold and hover. Strong core, strong shoulders. Inhale, set it up again. Let's switch sides. Left knee comes towards right tricep. Hold, draw it in. Inhale, lift it up again. And one more time, squeeze it in towards the center. Step that left foot up. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Very nice. Reach those arms up. Now let's strengthen those legs. So if you want to bring the hands to the hips again, or keep them at the heart, up to you. Let's lower that right knee. Let it just touch. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale as you lower it down. Touch. Inhale, lift it up 3 more times. Lower that right knee. Lift. Lower, hover, lift. And one more time, lower that right knee. Lift it back up. Arms reach in crescent lunge. Find that little back bend as you open your heart. Very nice. And then peel open, Warrior 2 to the back of your mat. Left knee is bent deeply. Arms are open to a T. Shoulders are away from the ears. breathing. Now straighten that front leg, bring the hands up and over, touching palms, Skandasana in the right leg. Push into that right foot, strong legs. Ninja Skandasana to the back of your mat, left knee bends deeply. And then we're gonna do it one more time, but come through center for that wide-legged forward fold. So now the feet are parallel. Inhale to that halfway lift, let the spine get long, and exhale, fold it in. Now let's see if you can get those forearms down. If not, it's all right, you can stay on your hands, and this is perfect. If you wanna find that headstand, bring the forearms down, make a nice little basket for the crown of your head. Shift forward, maybe the toes float. And if they did, bring them right back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. Now let's turn to the front of our mat. Move this block so you can see. We're gonna find that low lizard lunge. So now the right leg is bent deeply. And let's come all the way down onto the forearms. Keep that right knee hugging in towards that right shoulder. And let's start to make this a bit wider. So walk that left knee away, and then crawl those right toes away. Find a deep space. Find a deep space and settle in. Let your shoulders soften. All right, now let's take this up with a little bit of strength. Crawl that right shoulder underneath the right knee. Very deep here. So now my right hand is down on the floor. I'm going to keep it there. And my left forearm. Let's see if you can lift that right foot. Maybe just an inch. Maybe you got a couple inches on you. Lower the right foot down. Again, lift that right leg. Point the toes. Reach with that right leg. Feel the strength of your hamstring. Lower the foot back down. One more time. Reach through that right leg. Point your toes. Hold it. Maybe even straighten that back leg. Lift the knee. Find this flying splits variation. Very nice. Lower that right foot back down again. Shoulder comes out from underneath the knee. And let's sit back onto that left heel. Straighten the right leg. Half splits. Right toes flex back towards the face. Good. All right, then start to climb forward. Press into the hands. Step that right foot back. Try not to drag it. Elbows in as you lower down. Chaturanga. Let's vinyasa. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Let's go through that one more time on each side, a little faster maybe this time if that feels good. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, tap the right tricep with the right knee. Inhale, lift it up again. Exhale, left tricep, squeeze. Inhale, lift it up again. Exhale, squeeze it, step it up. Very nice. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Let's do 5 of those lowers. Right knee comes down, or left knee comes down. 5 times. Strong legs, squeeze them towards that midline. And then inhale, back to that crescent lunge. Lift your arms, little heart opener, little back bend. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, peel open, warrior 2. Fix your feet. Skandasana, back of your mat. Skandasana to the front. Halfway to that wide-legged forward fold. Your variation. Maybe a headstand. Coming all the way to the back of your mat. Low lizard lunge. Now if you'd like to take this up a notch and find the full Ekapada Vinyasa, that might be a nice variation. So bring the hands down, crawl that left shoulder deep under the knee. Reach the left toes out in front of you, and maybe shifting forward. Very good. Lower the right knee down, sit back, half splits. Maybe as you warm up more, you'd like to take this into full splits, and that would be perfect. And we vinyasa from there. So tuck the back toes, send that left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left side, lift that left leg. Exhale, left tricep. Squeeze that knee in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, over the right, squeeze. Inhale, lift it up again. And then step it up. Rise, crescent lunge. And let's drop that knee down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong legs, you've got it. And 5. Inhale, back crescent lunge. Open your heart, little back bend, strong legs and butt here. Inhale, rise back up, crescent lunge. And then peel open, warrior 2. Very nice. Feel substantiated with your lower half. And then skandasana to the front of your mat. Skandasana to the back. Ooh, we are working those legs today, aren't we? Halfway, wide-legged fold. Either the headstand or a fold, up to you. Turning all the way to the front of our mats. Finding that very deep, low lizard lunge. Now you can take the first form, or you can find the full flying splits. So curl that right shoulder underneath the right knee. If you're gonna do the full flying splits, you have to keep both hands down. Lift that right leg, shift forward. Gazes forward, reach through both legs. Very nice. All right, then sit over that left heel, half splits. Feel something in that right hamstring. Maybe the full splits, or at least working towards them. And let's vinyasa. Tuck the back toes, send that right leg back, elbows in. Inhale, exhale, downward facing. Now if you'd like to move through this vinyasa a few more times, in order to keep this video a little shorter, I'm gonna move on, but this would be a great place to pause it, run through it a few more times, have your own time to work in your full splits, have your own time to work in that low lizard lunge and that flying splits. Please feel free, give it a pause, move through in your own time, and then rejoin us when you're ready. Otherwise, staying with me if you've had enough, and we'll move on. All right, we've got a little bit more work to do before we take rest. So let's do a little bit more. Inhale, glance up towards the fingers, and as you exhale, let's go ahead and hop through to seated. Open the legs up wide. We're gonna take Upavishta, or just a wide-legged forward fold. So not too wide. We don't want it so wide that we can't reach towards the feet. So if you can't grab your feet, bring them in a little closer. And if this is a really hard stretch for you, feel free to just lower the forearms down, flex the feet back towards the face. That's perfect. But if you can grab the sides of your feet or the big toes, please do so. So initially we work at lowering the forehead down, then maybe the nose, then the chin, and then the chest. So being where you need to be, find a nice deep stretch. Bring your hands through center nice and easy. Help yourself up to that seated position. Let's bring the legs in a little bit closer, bend the knees. We're gonna work on our firefly. Now that we've really strengthened the legs and we found some really good stretches, firefly might be a little bit more attainable for you. So while we are here, already sitting in a nice easy position, let's see if you can bring that right foot up. Reach your shoulder underneath like we did kind of for that flying splits. Now we're gonna hook the leg over the shoulder. So you can stay facing the same way on your mat. I'll turn so that you can see me. Bring that shoulder deep underneath the knee. So over here is okay. The higher that you can get it on the shoulder, the better you'll be. Let's just stay here for a moment. Point both toes. Let's see if we can lift up right here. So as we shift forward into the hands, lift the hips, and maybe the left toes float. Find this elephant trunk pose. Strong, strong legs. Very nice. Now you can stay right here, or you can cross the ankles and shift forward, finding this 8-angle pose. Nice. Come back through center, lower down. All right, let's take the second side. It's a really nice warm-up for firefly. So now bend the left knee, and let's hang it over our arm. So we want it as high as we can, up on the shoulder, not on the elbow, really high up here. And the higher up you get it, the better. And then strong legs, keep it there. Now if I have my hand way out here, it's just gonna slide back down. So bring that hand close to the hip, push the floor away, shift forward. You see as I shifted forward, my leg automatically wanted to lift up. Point the toes, very nice. Now maybe you find that second pose, that 8-angle. Hold, nice, coming back through to that elephant trunk and lowering down. All right, now let's try to find a little bit further with that Tadasana, that firefly. So just like we did before, climb that leg as high as you can up onto the shoulder. I always do my right leg first because my right leg is stronger, so I know it can stay there, but it's also less flexible. So I can't trust it to stay there on its own as easily as I can my left leg. It's a little easier with my left, but I trust the strength of my right leg. But you could do either one. And so then I work my left leg over onto my shoulder, get them up as high as I can. Now if this is where you get, amazing, amazing. Bring the hands down, keep the chest lifted. Maybe work on just straightening the legs without holding the body's weight. But if you want to try to shift forward and lift your weight, here we go. Come onto the hands, bring the chest forward, lift the bum. So now I got the legs just kind of flapping over my arms. You could cross the ankles here and that shoulder pressure pose. It's a nice place to practice and try for your firefly. Holding this here gets you definitely stronger. But if you're ready, let's straighten the legs. Firefly, point the toes, strong, strong legs, and flexible. Very nice. Maybe shifting forward to this really low firefly. The legs have to be active the whole time. All right, go ahead and lower them down. You did it. All right, bring the soles of the feet together. Let them peel open like a book and butterfly. Let the knees come down towards the ground, but don't force. Don't force. Maybe folding over your legs if that feels good. Keep peeling those feet open. Inhale, rise back up through center. Very good. All right. So let's work a little bit more before we call it a day. I always like to end with a little bit of core. So coming down onto your back. Let the feet float up towards the ceiling, kind of like you're in Viparita Karani. Then bring the hands behind the head. Nice and easy, and then curl up. And what I want you to do here is lift the hips up as if you could step on the ceiling. So lift the hips up. Working that low belly.
Keep lifting. So over and over again, keep moving through this, guys. And I personally think it's a little bit harder if you flex the feet back, but you can also point the toes if that helps you find a little more lift. All right, now what I'm going to have you do is start these L leg switches. So drop the right leg down, keep the left leg reached, and then switch. And switch. Low belly pulls in so that we take all that space right here when the back wants to arch up. We keep pulling the belly button down and in so we take that space away. Glue that low back towards the floor. Now if this is too much, you can lay the head down. That's still good work. But try to stay curled in if you can. All right, guys, draw the knees in. Let's rock up. We're going to come onto our forearms. So bring the hands back behind you so you can come onto your forearms here. Do a little bit more core work before we call it a day. Draw the knees in, lift them up, lower them down. Draw them in, lift them up, lower them down. Just like this. Now it's super important that we keep the chest lifted and we don't dump in. You'll feel a lot more work as you lift the chest. Safer for the shoulders. Now let's reverse that. Send the feet out, lift them up, draw them in. Send them out low, lift them up, draw them in. There you go. So we just reversed what we were doing. You can do it. Stay calm, stay focused. And know that when you follow your breath and you stay in that moment, you can find peace even in the hardest of situations. So see if you can find some peace, even if you're feeling like chaos. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Very nice. Come up to seated. Let's stretch out the wrists a little bit. So a nice, easy crisscross position. We were putting quite a bit of weight on the hands, not only in that firefly, the elephant trunk, also in those flying splits. So let's stretch out the wrist, bring the right hand to the back of the left, and give yourself a nice good stretch as you pull the fingers back towards the face. Don't forget about the thumb. It gets missed sometimes. Great. Now palm away, and again, pull the fingers back. And other side. Palm facing towards you, fingers pull in, and the opposite, palm away, pull the fingers back. Very good. Shake out the hands. Making circles one direction and then the other. All right, let's come on to hands and knees. All right. Inhale, lift that right arm up, open the chest, and thread the needle as you wrap the right arm underneath. Keep the left hand down as you look over that left shoulder. Or if you want something a little deeper, bring the left arm up and over, looking for that right thigh. All right, now bring that left hand down. Gonna do something a little weird here. So come onto your hands and knees, or your knees, so that you have some balance here. Bring that left arm behind your back, palm facing away. You want it as high as you can up by the shoulder blades. Now come onto that right hip, and let's lay all the way down onto our back so that we're laying on that left hand in this reclined shoulder pigeon. So you want your hand up between the shoulder blades, as high as you can. And if you can't get it behind the shoulder blades, that's okay. Anywhere behind the back works. Now for a little bit more control, you can bend the knees. And if you can straighten out the legs, go ahead and do so. I'm gonna bring that right arm up and overhead. And breathe. Notice how much easier your breath flows now after a little bit of heat and movement. All right, now bend the knees, get the feet underneath you. Go ahead and roll onto the right hip so that you can release that left arm. Reach it up and overhead. Let's give it a little stretch here, nice and easy. Okay, left hand comes down. Let's come back to that hands and knees position. Very good. Now press into the left hand, inhale, reach the right arm up. And thread the needle on the second side. Oh, I did that the wrong way. Reach the left arm up. Thanks for being patient with me. Thread the needle on the left side. Right hand stays down, or right arm wraps around the low back, maybe grabbing the left thigh. And nice and easy, looking upward towards that right shoulder. But if that strains your neck at all, just looking towards the left hand. All right, now staying on your knees, nice and easy. Give yourself some balance here. Start to bring that right hand between the shoulder blades, or at least behind the back. So at least behind the back, palm facing away. And making your way onto your left side, to your left hip. Get that good spot. And coming all the way down onto your back. Shoulder pigeon on the right side. This is definitely my tighter shoulder. So that is one of those nice things that you start to realize the longer you practice. So you notice is where maybe more of your tightness is. I'm gonna bring that left arm up and over. You notice where you're tighter, where you have a bit more flexibility, which side you have more strength on. And then with that information, we can start to find a little more equanimity, a little more balance from side to side. Breathing into that right shoulder, let it go. Okay, now with control, nice and easy, let the knees come over to the left, roll onto that left hip. You can release the right arm. Send it up and over, a little stretch here. And then the right hand comes down. Oh, go on. Go. 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 My little helper. She knows she's not supposed to be on the mat when we're teaching. All right, back to that. Hands and knees. Let's find a couple little cat cows to neutralize the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your hips, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. Exhale, push the floor away, round your spine. One more time, inhale, cow pose. Maybe sway the hips from side to side. Exhale, cat pose one more time. Coming back to neutral. All right, let's walk the hands away. Come onto the forearms. Oh, my helpers. Walk the knees away. Today we're going to rest in Shavasana right on our belly. So coming right down all the way to the ground. You can stack your palms and rest your third eye so that your neck is neutral. Maybe if you want to find a little stretch, you could open up the knees and do a little diamond shape. Or you could let them open up like frog pose. What helps you to relax. Now if this isn't the most comfortable for you, you could turn your head in one side. Just make sure in a few moments you remember to turn your head in the opposite direction.
And after you've stayed here for a few breaths, feel free to pause the video and stay here as long as you like. But if you're ready to move on, reach the arms up and overhead. And let's really stretch from fingertips to toes. Open the arms and the legs like a star. Feel radiant through all your limbs. Swim everything back to that midline. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Pushing up onto hands and knees. Coming into that seated position. However you want to get there. Bring your hands to your heart. Gently bow your head in. Thank you so much for making time to make time for you, to practice a little bit, to feel strong, to open up your hips, let go of a little bit of stress and tension, finding some of your inner strength that has been there all along. You've always had it in you, and you can come back and find it anytime you need it once again. So go ahead and give me a like, hit the thumbs up button if this was a great video for you. Come back again and again so that you can always feel calm, relaxed, grounded, just like you do right now. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Namaste, friends.